So I think time is the number one thing. We're all limited on time, and it was stated in the panel before. This generation, this next generation, we have family, we have life outside of our jobs, whether that's farming, production, agriculture, or in a sales service type of role. So time. So how can we get in front of the most amount of customers in an effective amount of way in a certain amount of time? So I think that's also product driven. What is your product? Is it something that we could, send a mailer out in the card and just hit a lot of people, very low touch points? Or is it need to be more one-on-one, in-face type of meetings where you're making phone calls, you're seeing guys and inviting them to, maybe a local, type of meeting where you can really get into the weeds of what you're wanting to cover. Yeah. So I think it's really molded around what is the product that you're trying to educate them about.
Right.
We've heard it today, and we see this quite a bit. New companies, startups come online, and the first thing they say is, we got to get in front of farmers. And so they'll go hire a bunch of salespeople, and they'll send the white truck down the road. And I've sat there on farms, and I've watched this. It's like white truck, and the farmer's like trying to do their job. And so it kind of gets to a spot to where farmers have to be interested in talking about said product. So one of the things that we've done is I think that, Josh, you were talking about influencers, and there are farmers that are interested in the I don't know if it's the top 2 to 5%, but they're interested in the new products. They're interested in taking the time, but also they're interested in a fungicide. They're interested in a biological, whatever the category is. Being able to segment that market of who has interest, who is the influencer, and who is willing to invest the time to work through said innovation. And if you think that you're going to take every farmer and run every innovation and everyone's going to test every product, there's not time. They're telling us right now we're being overrun with products and new innovations, and I don't have time for any more. And so they shut it all off. So I'd say being able to segment that target group on those initial innovations.
We try and do seminars throughout the year to just build interest in new innovations so we can get some questions in. Ultimately, we're like you. We don't want to be in the farmer's face every day or the producer's face while they're out there trying to do their job and be efficient. So, new technology, getting that to them, and it's everything. It's emails. It's social media. It's face-to-face across the parts counter. It's newspaper ads. We try and do everything we can, and we don't really advertise sales. We advertise products, and then we hope that brings in the customer to ask questions, so then we can educate them going forward with that.
I think it's deciphering this information. It's come up a couple of times today, but someone that goes the extra step and says, okay, if you're working with technical data every day, it's easy for you as an individual. But if you're uploading yield data once a year using a farmer portal, maybe a pain in the butt for you, right? So help them do that, upload it, and then be able to spend a little time. And I think, again, talking to farmers and being present and listening is a big part of it, because we take for granted and I'm talking more on the technology side, but as technology developers, that this user experience, if you're the creator of it, the software developer, it's very easy. If you're the person that uses it once a year, you may completely miss this. And I think those ideas of being present and listening and knowing that that's not something that you do every single day. We've talked about agriculture being cyclical. We're not doing this daily. A lot of times we're doing this one time a year, and a lot of things change over that year.
I think the value for most producers that we deal with on the local level is the importance that they are to us as a supplier. And again, it all comes back to relationships for me, but I think my biggest challenge for the day throughout service, parts, and sales is to make sure that that person that's standing in front of you or that you're dealing with is the most important person you're with that day, because we're stressed just as much as producers are trying to get to everybody and take care of everybody, but you still can't give away time or take away time from that guy if he has questions or that producer has questions, and still have that relationship or still have them coming to you for that information. The producer is the lifeblood of what we're all up here doing, and if we can't support them, like they need to be supported, like they're the only one out there, then we're really not doing what we need to be doing.